All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all praises and blessings to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha HaQuadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect of Yasharallah, scattered across the four corners of the planet Earth, diligently teaching this word in truth and in sincerity, risking their lives and livelihoods to do so. All right, shalom to the elect, okay, sisters of Israel. All right, the elect women. All right, uh, you know, doing what they have to do. All right, in this truth. All right, and I think I'm going to bounce on, you know, on Christianity today. All right. I have a few various topics, but that I want to address, and I think the most serious of them all will be westernized Christianity. All right, westernized Christianity. So let me see. I guess I'll just sit here and do the video from here. Westernized Christianity, or better known as plantation Christianity. Okay, it has an effect on a negative, a very negative, and it not only does it have an effect, but it has gripped, it has held, okay, a negative effect on so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, since that institution was raised and created. All right. Now, I had a conversation with a close friend, and we often go into the scriptures and uh and into history and into certain things, and so you know I was telling him about um this racist attack, and I may have mentioned it in another video. It wasn't really well, it was an attack. Okay, uh, if Kyrie Irving sharing a movie was an attack, well then maybe we as Israelites, need to double down our efforts, man. Okay, if what Kyrie Irving uh um um did by sharing a movie link, a link to a film, okay, if what he did caused such an uproar, then we as so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans who are truly Hebrew Israelites, we really need to you know reevaluate things. Okay, and that's not going to happen, but you know because 2/3 of our people, they're in la la land. Okay, they're like they're like an old shoe. Okay, um that's very dirty and filthy. Okay, 2/3 of our people are like old filthy shoes. All right, and if someone throws that, or puts that old filthy shoe, right? Anywhere around you, you're gonna have dislike for it, and that's how 2/3 of our people are. Okay, they're like an old, uh, you know, worn out shoe, man. All right. Um, I was, going back to the story. I don't want to deviate from the main point. So going back to the story, I was at work, and again, I work here in the Chicagoland area, uh, and as of lately, I've been working just outside of Chicago, and um, you know, this new job that I work, there's a lot of Edomites working here, okay, and they're not all uh from the city, okay, the city type Edomites. And so, one thing that surprised me about these Edomites is that for them to, they still live in Illinois, but man, the accents on these, the way that their mannerism, okay? I mean, it's trailer park all day, but they speak as though they're Edomites from Louisiana, or somewhere at the foot of Texas, okay? Because they have those, we're here in Illinois, and these people are like what, an hour or two, maybe 4 hours out of Chicago. Okay, they're not even in Missouri. Okay, and they have these, really southern, type of accents, and this real southern type of, you know, the way that they carry themselves, and I don't have nothing against, southern people, okay, the accent, or any of that, uh, but most Edomites, and the class is mixed. You got some more northern Edomites, and um, um, it's like the northern Edomites. They put up with the other Edomites, because uh you know they're both ignorant. Okay, they're both ignorant. Okay, and so there was a lot of niggas in the class, man. All right, there was a lot of niggas in the class, and one by one, okay, you know uh I just seen them dwindle and get put out of the class. All right, and so like I'm the last, me and maybe two other, okay, so-called blacks are the last two in this class. But um, you know, these Edomites, from the southern part of Illinois, they, and I could, and just from the way that they spoke, um, you know, and Esau, he calls himself having somewhat of humor, okay, and I don't take anything, and being in this truth, I used to be sensitive to the things that people said, before I learned the truth. But now that I know the truth, okay, you could say whatever. Like I even had one of these Edomites even said, he was like, I talk to my friends and I call them nigger all the time, so you don't mind me, you know. And I'm like, shit. You say, whatever, man. You do whatever the hell you do, But at the same time, hey, if I catch you lacking, buddy, I'm gonna have that recorder rolling, man. So if I catch you lacking, I just catch you lacking, man. I holler at you down the line. But you know, so I expect for a devil to be a damn devil, man. Okay? And so the scripture says don't give any occasion, to these damn devils, man. All right? And so anyway, so they were talking amongst themselves and very loud, so I was included, okay? And they were talking about Chicago, and talking about, oh yeah, well, you know, Chicago is, I wouldn't go to Chicago. Chicago has a lot of animals. Anytime they're talking about animals, bears, whatever, bears, and anything, yeah, Chicago Bears. But whenever Esau was talking about animals in a location, okay, they're talking about so-called black people, man. Okay, Hispanics, Native Americans. That's who they're talking about. All right. Now, and I got thick skin, man. I could deal. Hey, I'm a jokester. Okay. I used to get my ass beat. Okay, because kids would go home crying every day, man. Okay. And their parents would complain to the principal, and so, the principal would call my parents like, look, this can't go. Okay. Because, hey, like I said, Richard Pryor was one of my, he was, Richard Pryor, man, okay, Dolomite. And so, hey, I could, I used to, I had to stop, with the telling of jokes, man, okay, and being a funny guy like that. And, people still, think that I'm funny. I don't try to be, but, because I used to get whoopings, man. It was hard. It was a hard thing. I actually had to pray to stop cracking jokes on people, man. Okay, being a class clown type of individual. All right. Oh man, hey, you wouldn't even want to fight me, man. The way that I told jokes, man, you would want to fight me, but hey, you didn't want smoke, man, because I tell jokes. And you try to fight me, I tell jokes while you was fighting me. Okay? So, hey, so Esau is the last people on the planet that really want to, be, want to go, with the joke, back and forth with the joke thing. All right? So, when they're saying, mentioning a place, south side of Chicago, that's their favorite thing, south side of Chicago. South side of Chicago is no, is no different from any other side, really, okay? But they're talking as though so-called Negroes or Hispanics control, these areas, control the city, man. Okay, listen, man. Okay, you Edomites, man. You so-called white people, man. You need to open your goddamn eyes and your ears, man. Okay, just like the 2/3 out here. Okay, because so-called blacks, they don't control these inner cities, man. When you see the control, you see these police stations, man. The police are in control of these cities, man. Law enforcement, politicians, aldermen and whatever, man. You got, this LGBT Lightfoot, which Lightfoot is a tool, man. Okay, Lightfoot is a tool, but for the most part, you see these cities, these areas, man. Esau, the Edomites run these cities, man. The crime is due to Esau, man. To you, this crime, okay, is because of you so-called white people, man. you go to some places in Africa, and yeah, you got, scrimmages, you got, trouble among the people, okay? But you don't have the trouble that you have here in Babylon the Great. In any of these countries, man. You don't have prisons in none of these third world countries. I just used Africa. I'm not saying that, so-called blacks are Africans, but I'm just using that as a third world country. Okay? The crimes, the atrocities, what you seeing on TV is a result to Edomite rulership and plantation Christianity. Plantation Christianity, all right? White rulership. All of this trap music, this drill music, um, what else? Gangster music, gangster rap, all of that, okay, came out of Edomite rulership, man. Okay, due to Edomite rulership. These cars being stolen, the attitude that you see these jakes with, that is it's still plantation Christianity. And whether a so-called Negro, Hispanic, or Native American is saying that they're a Muslim or whatever, okay, it's still plantation Christianity. All right. They still have you wrapped and entwined into plantation Christianity. Now, when you dare, okay, to go back to your original, it's always, the problem, it was never a problem with a so-called Negro claiming to be a Muslim, okay? Alex Haley in his book, Roots, okay? He claimed that, he may have claimed that his family were Muslim, all right? And yeah, you had Jake, the Moors, okay? You had the Moors, okay? Moors were Israelites, okay? When you see the word Moor, Moors, okay? Those are so-called black people, okay? Or Israelites, okay, who chose the religion of Islam. Okay, because during that time period, uh, you had, there was a lot of money to be made in spices, okay, herbs and spices, in the northern parts of Africa, okay, and so that's what Jake was into, trading, okay, rugs and spices and salt. One of the one of the things besides seasoning that salt was used for, and a lot of people don't know, okay, was used, salt. You could use salt to store your goods. Okay, you could pack meat into salt, okay, and it would keep your meat fresh. Okay, pack fish into salt, and it would, the salt would preserve the fish, and it wouldn't have bacteria, okay, because the salt would eliminate bacteria. So you had a lot of people who kept things inside of salt mines. All right. Now what you're looking at on the screen, this was just something that I went past, and and I don't want to get up off of the subject, all right? But it said this is from the archaeologist channel, and it says 12 most mysterious artifacts that scientists still can't explain. So, the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark, all right, Indiana Jones, all right. Um, again, I I forgot and I could just Google it right now. Okay, I could just go right to it. Let me see real quick. Someone said something about you didn't say something about something, so I didn't give the year. So I'll go to it right now. Okay. All right, here we go. So I said 1998. I was wrong. And I knew I was kind of wrong. Okay, so this movie was from 1989, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Okay, and this is a Lucas film. All right, and one thing that we key into everything. We come back and revisit it. But a thing that Sean Connery said, okay, which he's playing a role as Indiana Jones' father, all right, Indiana Jones Senior, all right. So um he said um you know basically everything that you want to know is in books, and especially with dealing with archaeology. Real archaeology is not about going to running to Egypt. Okay, it's not about running to Mexico. Now, the real archaeology, okay, is in the books. Okay, because just like what we were just looking at, um, this artifact. All right, now you don't know what the hell this artifact is. You don't know what it can do. Okay, where it came from, unless you read about it in a book. You understand? So you have to read about these things in order, you could have that, I could have that, and it could be sitting in a corner. But you read a book and then it tells you, look, this is that, it's from this time period in history. It's worth $600 million. Okay? But without that book, without that information, no one would know that. You could go pick up some of the people. Look, what the hell is that? What do you have? Who cares? Okay. And so, one thing about books and information is, here in the West, the so-called white man went through a period of time in which he wouldn't let the so-called slaves, so-called Negroes, read books. It was against the law, okay, for lack of better terms, okay, for a so-called Negro to have an education. To be able to read. They didn't want the so-called Negroes to read, to have an education. All right? And if it was a Negro who was found, if an Edomite found Negroes who had educations or could read, those Negroes would be put to death. Okay? Because that was forbidding here in the West. And another thing that, that they had was a book called, and let me look this up real quick. Then I'm going to get some scripts. Okay? Understand, okay, when, and I want this to be made clear and plain, all right? Most so-called blacks, all right, if not all, in the Western, most of you so-called Israelites, okay? Most so-called Israelites practice plantation Christianity without even knowing it. Their values, their morals, everything that you could be a Muslim, okay? They could be a Muslim. They could be off into whatever, Buddha, no matter that they are still plantation Christians, all right? Because they never deviate from what was taught to their ancestors during slavery. And let me go into some scriptures. These jakes, they could say that they Muslim. Guess what? They could say that they Muslim. They still celebrate Christmas, okay? They still do something Western, okay? Now, a true Muslim practices nothing from the West, man. They don't keep any Western traditions or customs, all right? But these women, okay, and men, okay, they're just students of plantation Christianity, man. Okay, and then they just don't get it, man. They just and that's why Esau has no problem with you being a Muslim. They don't have no problem with you with a so-called Negro saying he's a Muslim or a Buddha or what else? Jehovah Witness. Any of that. They have no problem with them saying that, man. Because at the end of the day, it's all still Christianity. Okay? You're still going to function as the Negro, the way that the Negro was set up to function on the plantation. And Esau is always going to be your daddy. Okay? This is Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Okay? So when the Israelites were in authority, when we were in authority, okay, the world was not so much of a better place, but it was a damn sure a lot cleaner than what it is now. You understand? There was a hell of a lot less of these illnesses and sicknesses. Yeah, you had polio that came along, certain diseases that came along. But guess what? You still have, diseases, okay? You still have them, okay? And and you're going to have that until the Lord returns. Okay? See, these 1948ers, these J-men, okay? See, when the Lord returns, there's not going to be any sicknesses. So, why do you have a people, okay, running into the land talking about this is their land, they are the Jews, all right? But you got so-called blacks who have done the same thing, all right? Um, so when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice because what? Is righteous stuff going on, okay? You don't have what you have today. Trying to equate so-called black people with a city that's filled with violence because that's the way that white people have made money. Okay? That's the way these Edomites have made money off of black on black crime. All of these people, I just sat and watched. I used to be a big mafia fiend, man. I used to know all of, like the, I ain't gonna say like the elder Apostle Gabar, okay, because I hear some of the stuff that he says about some of these mafia movies, and he knows quite a bit. But I know quite a bit as well, okay, and I used to really be into it, okay, and when you see like last night on Netflix, I watched, I don't know if it was really the story about Nicky Barnes, or somebody just put it together, but the mob, they shunned the sale of drugs. They didn't want to deal with drugs, okay? And that was like something that could get you killed in the mob, selling drugs, narcotics, okay? And the world have no problem with individuals like Nicky Barnes, Frank Lucas, because they're not really a mob. Okay, these are men who made money. Okay, they made money for so-called white people, man, for Edomites. Okay, they were not mafia gangsters or none of that, man. They made money for white people. They didn't operate as a mob. See, a mob, La Costa Nostra, all right, they run businesses, corporations, okay? Corporations. You're looking at a damn drug dealer that's, Nicky Barnes was addicted to the drugs that he was selling before he was selling. He just had a stroke of luck, which was an Edomite who put a lot of drugs in his lap. Okay, and that's the way. Same thing with rap music. Okay, the same thing. And then the blame falls on who? On you so-called Negroes. So when you become a Hebrew Israelite, your pineal gland is open now. Okay? And you're on a different frequency than 2/3 of our people. Okay? And Esau don't want you on that frequency. He wants you on the frequency that he put you on. All right? That's where you're supposed to be. And that's where all of the problems is, all of this is coming from. Okay? Because there is no righteousness in the earth. Okay? When the righteous are in authority, and the righteous are who? The Israelites. All right? So-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They are the righteous. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Okay? But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's why all of this mourning, little babies getting shot and killed, the Lord bringing judgment. Okay, a rapper, this, as he didn't have nothing, okay, growing up. So he came from nothing. But, he became a millionaire and died as a millionaire, died young. All right. And now people are, oh, we didn't know. That's because the wicked, okay? The wicked is bearing rule. And who is the wicked? Who's ruling over the earth? The so-called white man, okay? Woman and child. That's who's ruling over the earth. And you see a Jay-Z or they're not ruling shit. Tell them to run a red light. They might get a pass. Unless they're dealing with a uppity Edomite. Let a Rothschild run a red light. Okay? Make a mistake and, let a police make a mistake and assault a Rothschild member. Okay? Let me get some more scriptures with how much time is left. Oh man. Yeah, man. And sometimes, it takes a little time to to get into these scriptures, man. This is John 8 and 43. Okay, this is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. All right, whose real name is Yahweh Shai. Okay, so I'm speaking, man. All right. Uh, John 8 and 43 says, "Why do ye not understand my speech?" Okay, and people be like, "I don't understand." It says, "Even because you cannot hear my word." Okay. So 2/3 of our people can't hear the word of the Lord because there's a barrier. All right. That pineal gland. Okay. The Lord is keeping you in darkness. You running around talking about you don't know, you don't know that you're an Israelite. Okay. I mean, you haven't been able to equate that that you are an Israelite through reading the scriptures, and you're still in 2022, don't understand that. It's because you cannot hear the word of the Lord. Okay? And that's because of who? It's because of Esau, the so-called white man. All right? Most of you are just, you do as you're told. That's what 2/3 of our people do. They do as they're told. Okay? So whatever, Big Mama said, Big Daddy said, you know, that's what they're going to go with. And Esau knew that. Okay? Esau knew that because that's the way that it's supposed to go. You're supposed to go to the gates. Okay? The hoary head. All right? Your elders and learn. Okay? That's why Esau put, as you're looking at it right here, the Negro Bible. Okay? The slavery Bible. Okay? You know? So now you have, you see a lot of books for sale. Now, Everybody's trying to make money off of being a Hebrew Israelite. Okay? And the Lord's going to zap a lot of you, man. You know, this thing is it's not about, it's not a you know, a get rich, you know, because Jake didn't care about the Hebrew Israelites, but now he see that he can make some money. See, there's a market. He's gonna see, and he's stuck in that westernized frame of mind, and it's gonna get him killed. It's gonna bring some misfortunate act to him. All right. John 8:44, ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. Okay? He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And this is the so-called white man. Okay? Yeah, your father, you're a so-called Negro. The white man is not your father. But guess what? Like I said in the beginning, okay, even if you are a Muslim or a Buddhist or Jehovah's Witness or with any of these other, Scientology, whatever, you are still a plantation Christian. The fact that you pick up a shrimp, eat a shrimp, the fact that you straighten your hair, the fact that you do, a lot of these things, a lot of this stuff comes, the women that you date, the men that you date, you want to have blonde in your hair, that is because you are a plantation Christian. You got a pound of fucking makeup on your face, hiding, your years of eating sausage and pepperoni and catfish. When the Lord told you, listen, you're not supposed to eat these things. Okay? But see, the white man was your dad. See, the white man, okay, he's your daddy. And he said, go ahead and eat it. And that's who you listen to. That's who you listen to. Ecclesiastes 10:4. It says, if the spirit of the ruler rise up against thee, leave not thy place. For yielding pacifieth great offenses. All right? That's not what I was looking for. All right? And that's pretty much what Kyrie did. If you want to, Kanye, okay. Sometimes, hey, Esau, he rises up against us, man. These devils rise up against us, man. Taking down videos, all right? Raising the prices of books. Okay, tampering in our in our personal lives. Okay, we see your hand, Esau. The Lord see your hand out there. Okay. Ecclesiastes 10:5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. All right. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. And the folly is the so-called Edomites. Okay. They have put themselves up, okay, in the Negro Bible as being the Lord. Okay, again, as I was mentioning the other day, you had this guy, Charleston Heston, who for years, we just talking, played Moses, and you Negroes, you sat in front of the TV eating ham, okay, eating chitlins, happy, chitlin grease all on your lips, okay, with Charleston Heston, and you never questioned, and you never rebuked the fact that this pale, red, okay, Edomite was Moses. This pale red Edomite was supposedly a slave in Egypt, and here it is in America, where you have a much cooler climate. Okay, here it is. This damn Edomite he wouldn't stole and tried to, steal 1,000,000, okay, of you so-called Negroes. It took him 2 centuries, okay, a century, all right, or two, to go and steal you, okay, to make you farm his land. And I exaggerated a little bit, 2 centuries, but yeah, what was it, 1490? Yeah, that's 2 centuries. Wait, yeah, is that when they, 1690? Was it 14 or 1692? Getting old. Let's see. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Yeah, 1492. Okay, that's when he came. All right. That's when Columbus, okay, Cristobal Colon, all right, came to America. All right, 1492, Slovakia. Just had to fact check my own video. And so, the so-called white man, during the time of the Renaissance, all right, he set himself up to replace, all right, to fully replace us, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, as being the Hebrew Israelites. All right, that's when he decided, through Michelangelo, Da Vinci, okay, these artists, okay, sculpturers, all right, to go and create all of these images, whitewash all of these iconic portraits and statues of the true saints of the Lord, so-called blacks, all right, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all right, and to turn all of those images into them, to white people, all right. So it says, I have seen servants upon horses. So yeah, these Edomites, hey, you know, uh, uh, oh, uh, um, I read past that. So yeah, folly is set in great dignity. So that's Esau coming into power. All right. and the rich sit in low place. Yeah, you Israelites, okay? You know, they say you poor, but ye are rich. Okay, you're rich. And your riches are going to come when the Lord comes. When the Lord comes, you're going to see how rich you are. Again, I had a vision, man, of this great big chariot, man, that was in the sky, man. You know, it took the spirit, felt like it took the spirit, my own spirit right out of me, man. All right. And it was bigger. It made the moon look like, you know, it eclipsed the moon, man. Okay. You could actually fit the moon into this, you know, into this chariot. That's how big it was. All right. And it was shaped like a pyramid. Okay. Like a black, you know, or silver or whatever, you know, nighttime looking color of a pyramid. All right. So, reading on, man, but hey, it's all, hey, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. So you Israelites, that's you. Okay. Kyrie has to shut up. Kanye has to shut up. Okay. Nick Cannon has to shut up. Kodak Black, you know, all of these individuals, they have to shut up. Okay. Whitney Houston, you know, she was, you know, may have been put to death because at one point in time they were saying that they were Hebrew Israelites. Okay. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. Okay, and that's, that was a statue of Theodore Roosevelt on a horse with a so-called Negro on one side and a so-called Native American on the other side. Okay, and that statue has since been taken down. All right, since been taken down. Another scripture. All right. This is Hebrews 4:12. It says, "For the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing into Salakia, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart." Okay? And this is our weapon. This truth. The Bible, this is the only weapon that we need, man. Okay? Hey, Esau is in right now. This devil, man, believe it or not, you can't see it, but this devil is taking great hits. They're taking hits, man. They're taking colossal blows. Okay, when individuals like Kanye, Kyrie, and other entertainers come forth, man, and say, look, man, we are the Hebrew Israelites, man, not you. I mean, and sometimes you don't even have to say that, don't even have to mention that they're not Hebrew Israelites, okay? Because when you say that you are Hebrew Israelite, then it's obvious that they're not, man. Okay? And as you see, man, we're going through the scriptures. We go through history. We're giving you all of the proof that you need. What is it? You go sit down with a rabbi. What the hell could he show you? What the hell could he beside a contract with some zeros on it? That's it. Listen, this is what we're going to do with you. We're going to share some inside information, and we're just going to give it to you. But you have to play ball, all right? Play ball. And you'll get individuals who do that, who play ball. That's why you have a lot of these people coming against the Hebrew Israelites, saying things because they want to play ball. A lot of our people, they don't give a damn as long as it has a price tag on it. Hey, that's why no one can deal with them, man. Okay? So these scriptures are, these scriptures, man, especially when you're diligent and sincere with this word, man, it's killing this damn devil, man. This devil, he see you got 200,000 followers and you got ads all on. He knows you full of shit. He's not concerned about you because now he knows how to deal with you. All right? He can deal with you like he deals with Kyrie, because guess what? His image is on that currency, man. You're not gonna take that money with you when you go. You think your children are really going to? Hey, these devils want to be all over your children when you're gone, man. Especially if you have any real wealth. They're gonna put their people on your children, man. Hey, you got to be out your damn mind. All right? I got a damn brother, man. Okay, and he might hear this video, but he guess his daughter is with an Edomite, man. Okay? Baby's about to have babies with Esau, man. Unbelievable. That was unbelievable. All right? But hey, you can believe anything here, man. Job 18 and 14. Now, I'm going to get a couple more scriptures and I'm going to get out of here, man. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. And who is the king of terrors? Not Esau. Esau thinks he's the king of terrors. The way that he runs around here dealing with you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. See, they're full of confidence. If a race war kick off, they're confident that they'll hand you your ass. And I'm talking about you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Don't get it twisted. As weak and gullible and simple as Esau is, man, hey, that sword is his weapon. Okay? You can watch these ace, bird eye, eagle eye shooters, that are Jakes all day long, man. Esau will take your ass out with a drone or two. Okay? You better be what's this guy name? Jason Bourne, all right? So the king of terrors is Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and he's coming soon. I told you, hey, that chariot that I saw in that vision was monstrous, to say the least. All right? Verse 15, it shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. Okay? Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. All right? His roots shall be dried up beneath and above. Shall his branch be cut off. This is the end of Esau Edom, man. Okay? And it's being told in the Bible. Okay? Not that Negro Bible, okay? Because that Negro Bible only ensured that you Negroes would do what you're doing today. Okay? His remembrance shall perish from the earth. Okay? And he shall have no name in the street. So if that's salvation, if that's the salvation that Esau is looking forward to, he doesn't have too much to look forward to. I'll say that his better days are behind him. pretty much. All right. His remembrance. Let me read that again. That sounds beautiful. The water Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. The water, the water, the water. All right. Job 18:17. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. Okay. He shall, verse 18, he shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. Okay. You can continue on reading to find, your fate. Esau, your fate is sealed pretty much. All right. Your fate is sealed. Man, am I in an hour? Already in an hour, and I didn't want to do that. But yeah, man. If that's salvation, then, hey, they say that, Esau said us coming to America, okay, in slavery was salvation for us. You got a lot of 2/3, okay, what's his name? What was this Jake name? He said that us coming to America, the white man saved us from Africa and brought us to America. Okay, I forgot it. Jesse Peters. All right, that's what he said. So, with that being said, till next time, Shalom.